My name is Gilbert Compo, and I work for the University of Colorado Cooperative Institute for Research in Environmental Sciences and the NOAA Earth System Research Laboratory Physical Sciences Division, and I lead the NOAA Series 20th Century Reanalysis. The 20th Century Reanalysis project is a global reconstruction of the weather every 6 hours back to 1871. The analysis is a jargon for the weather map, like you see every day on TV. We're doing the similar thing, but we only use surface pressure, and yet we're able to get out all the other variables, including something like the integrated water throughout the troposphere and stratosphere. We call that the precipitable water, the amount of water vapor that's above you. For Science on a Sphere, we have 3 visualizations, and we chose each one for different reasons. For the El Nino-La Nina transition, we've been able to show that that particular pair of events was perhaps stronger than people thought previously. And that has some importance for how has El Nino been changing throughout the 20th century as we've increased greenhouse gases. So an El Nino occurs when waters in the central equatorial Pacific get warmer than normal. And that causes the storms that are normally over Indonesia to move over to the central Pacific. Because these storms are so important in global weather, then the outflow from those storms actually perturbs the jet stream and affects weather all around the globe. In this particular example, our reconstruction is suggesting that this El Nino event was stronger than we thought from the other sparse data that people have looked at before. This is also a nice event because it goes from El Nino to La Nina, which is the opposite. Instead of getting warmer in the equatorial central Pacific, it gets a lot colder. And so you have a much colder cold tongue, stronger trade winds, more storm activity here, and that also seems to have a feedback. And this particular visualization is a nice example in the water vapor, showing you how the moisture is moving back and forth as we go from El Nino to La Nina. We were the first ones to try to make a 3-dimensional weather map all the way back to 1871. But some of the technology that we're using is the same technology that goes into making the weather forecast that you see every day. So when you're watching the Weather Channel or looking on the NOAA website for the weather, we're using the same kind of mathematical model, and we're using a very similar technique to blend the observations with the model, with our guess. And it's that range of guesses that made us able to use very little information but use it very effectively.